let's go to the phone lines and see what people have to say about this entire dynamic that we're seeing play out in our world. Cult members and their family members and supporters will go to the top of the queue. Ron, who is a police officer, a cult member, you're live on What on Earth is Happening. Welcome to the show. What do you have for us this evening?
I've been a police officer for 10 years, Mark.
Have been or still actively are?
Still am.
How do you enjoy your cult?
Well, I found your work.
Do you like serving Satanists? You like serving the satanic elite of the world who are pedophiles?
You want to have a conversation or not?
No, I want to ask you if you enjoy serving the satanic elite. Because you don't know who you serve. You think you do, but you don't. See, I definitively know who you serve. It doesn't matter whether you don't, sir. You don't need to even know it in your own mind for it to be true. You think that what you understand about the world is true. You have no idea who you serve. None. None. You can continue. Now, I wanted to make that statement first.
I first found your work on natural law. And what I do is try to enforce natural law.
Again, what you're trying to do versus what you're actually doing are two different things. If you're still involved in this cult, what I'm trying to explain to somebody... Hold on, mute the caller for a moment so I could explain a point. What I want to explain is that the intention of what someone thinks that they are involved with versus what they are actually involved with are two different things. If you would have asked a Nazi in Germany, what are you actively involved with? They would have told you, well, I'm trying to bring about this result in society. I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to uphold the laws of our culture that are made by our politicians. It wouldn't have made the Nazis any less evil. Wouldn't have made them any less evil. What you can't see because you're too close to the dynamic, Ron, is that that's you. You're still involved in the cult of ultimate evil. Doesn't matter whether you don't understand it. Doesn't matter whether you perceive it differently. It doesn't matter whether your intention is honest. Meaningless. All of those things are meaningless. And I can't even believe we're still at a point where people don't grasp this in the year 2014 going on 2015. I still can't believe that they can fundamentally confuse intent with actuality of bringing harm into manifestation by what they support and condone. People in your cult are murdering people with impunity on a daily basis in this nation. And whether you understand it or not, you're part of that dynamic. Finish what you want to say. Unmute him.
Yeah, how nice of you to mute me. It's easy when you're behind the microphone.
Yeah, that's correct, because it is my radio show, and if I'm going to make a point on the air, I'm going to do it, sir. Finish what you have to say.
Let's see you in some cuffs and make that same move, buddy.
I don't do anything that's against natural law, so anybody that wants to try to put me in that situation will have to come and do it with the proper amount of force, because if I haven't done anything wrong to another human being, no one's taken my freedom. So, you're still in the satanic mindset. I'd love to see people like you come out of it, but you're committed to it for a reason. You can't admit you're wrong. You're not man enough. You're not man enough to admit one fundamental thing. You've been duped. You've been duped. See, that's what makes me infinitely more of a man than most men out there. Because I could look at myself in the mirror and say, I was duped. I figured out that I was duped. And then I had to take a long, hard look at the soul. Go through the long, deep, hard night of the soul. And say to myself, how'd I let myself get duped like that? And now what am I going to do about it? But I went through that process. And I came out the other side of that process. and then became a force for truth and goodness in this life. Because people don't want to hear that hard truth of who they're really serving, because they want to fundamentally believe that they're doing something good with their intentions when they don't really know who or what they're involved with at a higher level, because they don't have enough knowledge. They don't have enough knowledge, and they haven't done enough reading and seeking and discovery in their lives to understand what they're really involved in. And that's the fundamental dynamic nature of the problem.